Living within timelessness and stillness. December 27, 2013. What is time really, dear ones, besides an open space for your evolution and hope that often feels tight because of all the demands within your daily life? Think of a time when you have been waiting anxiously for a certain letter, or special phone call and nothing comes and no one calls, but as soon as you stop waiting and move on, that phone call or letter finally comes. Being in a state of rush or hurrying provides many frustrated feelings, and through your rushed state, more mistakes are likely to occur, and in many times your need to rush will slow you down because you have to go back and try to correct and make right whatever went wrong. When you apply focus and take your time, there is no waste of energy, there are no frustrations that come because you are not rushing. You are taking appropriate preventive measures when necessary. You are being aware and mindful instead. Understand, dear ones, time is both your limitation and your opportunity. Time within space functions as a powerful but hidden gate that will limit your reality so that you can actualize one thing at a time and place. It is very difficult to do two different things at the same time as your attention is divided. Therefore, dear ones, you must choose which task you will complete first before you move on to the next one. To some dear souls, time is considered as a social practice. There is a fragment of truth here. As you learn to recognize that you live more completely in the present and thus have a sense of the dimension of your being, you are no longer held within the grasp of time. As you move into consciousness, you move into the timelessness of the present moment, and your perception of time begins to dissolve. Your mental and emotional time will fade away completely. Yet in your mundane and less conscious state, time does have a mental and emotional reality, and many dear souls believe in time wholeheartedly. Understand, dear ones, the more awake you become, the greater you will experience life, with the effect that you have more time, not less. We are positive you have noticed you have days which you are more awake than others, where you are more present and whole, and they seem to last longer than other days. It is well understood, dear ones, that time also has a physical dimension that is not just found within the movement of clocks or planets, but held within the limiting experience when you focus on one thing at a time. As your body ages and grows older, it is also a reminder that the measure of your energy often defines time as the state of temporariness. Even though time does not encompass your entire reality, it does form a major component. The three great parts of time are past, present and future, and each one provides their own challenges and opportunities. It is possible, dear ones, to explore your relationship with each one successfully to gain knowledge, thus coming to the conclusion whether or not you are active, passive or open. When you are passive towards time, you become imprisoned to it and you give in to it. Being passive simply means lying there by the heaviness of the past and the future. Being passive to the past suggests you are living in regret over missed opportunities. You live in old wounds and situations that are of the past, where you mull over them constantly, going over words that were said, then thinking how you will never find love again, or find peace again, or anything else that you feel you have missed out or lost. Being passive to the past, dear ones, means you are condemning yourself to live out what you have conditioned yourself to live, with no prospect of loosening old habits and attitudes. You passively accept your belief system and ways, and of your identity, because you are basing it all on personal history. What this does, dear ones, is create a fight of who you think you are. You piece together all the pieces of your history, and shape them into a false self, then completely identify with the result as being you, and this you that you created will build protective walls around it to protect it from exposing the real you. Now, being passive about what the future will bring only suggests that you are worrying about what is going to happen within a particular situation, where you often imagine certain scenarios, envisioning what could possibly go wrong, then you quickly withdraw from them. Being passive in regards of your future also suggests that you are hurrying to get somewhere, rushing to finish a task, being impatient while waiting in a lineup, or procrastination towards the true goals for self-improvement, where there is a lack of determination and focus to create a better and more improved future. Being passive about your future, dear ones, means as well that you are living in the realm of expectation, where you are waiting for something to arrive. Having such an attitude towards time will only shield you from the actual fact that each day brings you that much closer to your end, which for some dear souls provides a soothing feeling of spiritual tiredness that envelopes them. There are some dear souls that are passive in the present, where they are literally sleepwalking through life, barely aware of what is going on and fleetingly aware and awake of their inner and exterior surroundings. Being passive of your present means you have fear of what is in front of you, and you are rejecting or ignoring what is occurring, or for some dear souls they may be greedily seeking more money, material objects and experiences. In addition, dear ones, being passive towards your present is understood as allowing the emotions and feelings that are current to control and rule you. Being passive of the present also describes many dear souls as identifying inwardly and drifting into any kind of triumph that colors their awareness, permitting them to be supported along, being rootless within the stream of their flooding thoughts and experiences. Instead of living and being dominated by time, we encourage each of you to live actively and open. Living actively regarding your past describes you as being conscious and aware of the storehouse of experiences that you house and the wisdom that can be mined there. As you come face to face with certain challenging difficulties actively, you remember you have been confronted with similar experiences before, and you can tap into that storehouse of wisdom and make use of what you already know in order to make better choices during your current dilemmas. Some of your habits that affect your mind, body and heart are from past repetition, and some of them can be destructive. Being more active towards that past also means you are consciously working against those destructive and harmful habits one at a time. Being consciously active towards your past, dear ones, also includes your shared and cultural past, realizing what others before you have done in history, science, literature, mathematics, art, spirituality, etc. When you seek the past for wisdom, look into your personal history as well as the history of your culture and civilization of your entire human race. Changes were not just occurring with you, but as you were experiencing certain changes, so was the rest of the world. As you become more active towards your future, you are demonstrating you are working in the present in order to create a better future, creating positive energy and influence into your future by what you are creating now through the conditions you are setting, so future events that occur within your personal and shared lives will move in the direction you wish them to move. If you want good health in the future, then good health is to be practiced now, and some of those practices could be stop smoking, more exercise, making healthier food choices, etc. If you wish to become closer with God and other divine beings, then we suggest you to practice attentively now in the present. Being active towards your future does not have room for waiting or hesitation, nor does it mean you are hoping for a miracle. Instead, you are actively working towards a better future through the choices you are making in the present and by not living within the realm of expectation. Being active towards your present also requires practice of not being lost or asleep, awakening in the present now and doing what is possible in the present that can assist you to repair the past by your ability and courage to overcome wasteful habits and harmful conditioning, thus creating a better life for you and those closest to you. By actively living in the present, you are also living fully focused, working to strengthen and deepen the spiritual presence of yourself, creating and bringing forth a deeper willingness to confront all parts of the present, your inner and external, with your eyes and heart wide open. Understand, dear ones, the spiritual path is not set in time, but beyond time. Nevertheless, it does open in time as your altering states change, move and grow, and as yourself vanishes and shines. Being open towards your future, dear ones, is about being responsive and agile, having the ability to listen to your intuition about possible developments of growth for your future, then creating goals that would bring you to the outcome you wish to accomplish, while at the same time you are listening to your intuition for hints of changes that may need to be applied. Being open towards your future, dear ones, also means you are choosing the highest of the endless possible futures, recognizing and seizing the appropriate windows and doorways of opportunity. Being open towards your future, dear ones, also means you welcome the possibility of envisioning the evolution for not just yourself but for all people that share your bountiful earth, and you may envision how you can begin bringing in the changes necessary to bring your vision into effect. Being open to your past, dear one, suggests that you are willing to permit the past to provide you with information through your intuition and allowing the wisdom from past situations to stimulate your heart with love, and it demonstrates that you are accepting and learning to not repeat past mistakes. Being more open to your past, dear ones, also means you are providing an accepting and loving peaceful space where past mental and emotional situations may be called forth in order to heal instead of causing harm. Being open to your past also means you are able to forgive those who have wronged you and you are able to forgive yourself. You are creating a healing bridge within yourself. Dear ones, when you are open to the present, you are demonstrating you are listening to the people around you, you are aware fully of the situation you are in and you are able to respond appropriately. Being open of your present also suggests that you are living in total awareness of the all-embracing timeless stillness that is fundamental to everything. It is an eternal space that opens to you through your conscious presence. The path you are journeying leads you through space and time. You move and flow from one moment to the next, and each one, dear ones, is defined by its own time and place. It is true you may not recognize this, but in a profound and deep inner way, the quality of your spiritual presence will also define each moment you enter. Therefore, your own personal life path does not just rest in space-time, but it is moving simultaneously in another dimension and reality. And your location within that dimension depends on your presence being higher or lower. Understand, dear ones, your experience with time changes in height as you change and evolve your own presence. Comprehend the more present you are, the better and more fulfilling your experience will be. To have a day filled full with spiritual presence provides greater satisfaction than a day filled with wistful thoughts. This is your dimension of being, dear ones. It is direct and uninterrupted perception that will revitalize you, where the simplest of things will vividly hold and create beauty and meaning. When you hear the clang of coins or silverware, it's like hearing music. Every crumb of food will come alive, having a distinct texture, flavor, and smell. By living openly and in the present, dear ones, you find yourself reveling in the simple joy of living in the temple of your body. It is distractions, dear ones, that prevent so many dear souls from living openly and in the present. It is distractions that fog up your perception and awareness. When your attention flees from your current focus, you are unable to see the miracles that fill your daily life. Return to your center, refocus yourself into the present, being open to what life has to offer you, and be willing to bring the necessary changes into effect that are essential not just for your present but for the future you are actively creating through each choice you make. We encourage you to enter the vivid, true world of your consciousness, to see, to feel and to live in the present actively and openly with love for the presence of God and of yourself in all you do. And so it is. I am Ascended Master, Serapis Bey, through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com